And welcome to Pokémon GO Podcast. I am the Rock Podcasting Charles McFall. Subbing in for me tonight is Tone Loke, though. He's going to be Pokemon Medina.
I was going to say, your voice is getting muffled and crazy and weird.
Yeah, man. It is. Well, it's that time of year, and I've had slight sinus, drainage. We've got the warm weather going on in Georgia, and so therefore it's doing a thing. And then I yelled at my kids, which I tend to do. Then I did a 2.5-hour show last night. So, it is what it is. But Joseph, how are you doing, sir?
I am amazing. Rock Eddie says you sent us some stuff on Facebook, and I saw a lot of the stuff that he sent you personally to help you with Great League. So I'm wondering, how did that go? Did you do some Great League battles this past week?
I put the teams in and then actually started working on the move sets because I had plenty of TMs, both charged and fast. But I've gotten distracted by things. So I don't think I actually finished tweaking the teams that Rock Eddie set up for me. I did set them up. Well, there goes my Bluetooth. I forget to mute. It automatically connects to my soundboard. So there we go. I turned that off. I started working on it, and I think I took them just plainly in and did okay, but I didn't finish that one battle off. That I needed, that one win rather than I needed. So no, I guess the answer is no. I didn't really get it done, but I do appreciate it, Rocky. I did set the team. Now I just got to finish the moves and be good with it.
Well, there you go.
And actually, by now it's probably changed to Awesome League or Beer League or something, and it's going to be a whole different setup. But that's okay. I'm going to put that team in and build them up. What I did do, though, was I did get my gacha out, and I played...
it's a Christmas miracle, or St. Patrick's Day miracle?
Yeah. Oh, here. Okay, so not really. Because, Saturday, I was actually heading up to Helen, Georgia. And I've got some stories to tell about that, but, it's my wife's birthday weekend, and she likes waterfalls and antiquing. So we did our research and made some... the waterfall you don't schedule, you just kind of go up and do. But we all wore masks and washed our hands and did all that stuff. And I made sure to get my gacha off the charger into the car. And I'm catching the fletchling, right? It's the fletchlings?
Yeah, for Community Day.
Yeah, for Community Day. And actually, I've got some screenshots. I think I caught some other newer stuff and definitely evolved a fletchling thing. And I mean, Signal being up in the mountains of North Georgia, it was iffy. It was off and on for sure. But finally, towards the evening, it got down to, I was waiting on the family to do something, and I'm sitting downtown Helen, had a good signal, and there was a raid going on, and it was, is it Thundurus? Tornadus. It was Tornadus. And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll try it, and I'll put it out to whoever's online. And Brand, I put it in our Discord.
Brand Paddock?
I don't know if it's Brand Paddock. It's Brant 99, I think. Which is probably Paddock, but Brant 99, I think it was. I put it in our Discord. It's in the Experiences week. As we go through the Discord experiences, the name will be there.
Okay.
But no, it wasn't Paddock then, because that was not who jumped in. I just said it to whoever's online and invited, but the Terry Wolf was around, and I was like, all right, cool. At the last second, he wasn't jumping in. I was like, all right, it's like 45 seconds left. I think I'm going to have to pull the eject because there's no way I can take on a Tornadus by myself. And I'm going to pull the eject button. And then this Brant 99 or whatever it is jumped in. And they're like, all right, I guess I have to do it now. So I get on the show and complain. I complain about how when I enjoyed somebody sing and they invite me in and then they bail on me. So I'm not going to do that. And then the Terry Wolf jumped in. We definitely took down our Tornadus, which I'll go ahead and jump to his experience. One of his experiences is I did beat it and catch it. So thank you, Terry and Brant, for helping me out because there's no way I could have done that on my own. My Tornadus is looks like a 14, 13, 15.
There you go. Not half
bad. But it's not bad. No, you're right. It is not bad. But Terry's was a shiny. Terry got a shiny Tornadus out of it. So very cool for Terry. But here's the other thing. So then I get home that night, right? And I'm like, oh man, it worked good. I'm going to charge it some more and take it with me tomorrow. We'll go to the Museum of Puppetry. And I didn't. But honestly, the day after the community day, there wasn't much going on. There's some things here or there. So that was my experience. As I definitely got in, and I thought I'd caught or evolved some other stuff, but I didn't take pictures of it. But I definitely evolved the Fletchling during the community day hours. So I got, if there was a special move for it, I got it. Yeah. What about you, Joe?
Real quick, before we get to mine, I really think that we need some of our listeners to do some speak pipes of them reminding you to charge and take your gacha, and then you can set that as your ringtone for like texts or something, and there you go. Bam.
No.
So I beat Giovanni this past week, got myself a Shadow Articuno, got out for community day, had some fun there, got the fletchlings, the shiny fletchlings and normal fletchlings and fletchlings galore. And I was thinking about it beforehand, and I just completely forgot. I should have mega evolved a Charizard Y or a Pidgeot to get extra candy, because they added that mechanic in where I could have gotten extra candy. But I didn't. That's okay. I still ended up with almost 1,000 fletchling candy, even after evolving and giving some second moves to a couple of them. But, you know, is what it is. Did quite a few Tornadus raids, and actually initiated, I think, 2 of them, because I was out and about. I was with my kids at a park, so did a couple of Tornadus raids and used my wife's phone, and so invited a bunch of people. Only a few people joined each time, but it was enough to take them down, and so that was pretty awesome. And let's see, got another cotton candy Ponyta. And let's see. Oh, yes. Just before we started recording, but after we started streaming, I got a Frillish, a wild Frillish, which is pretty awesome. And Popeye, Joe finally accepted one of my raid invites. That is very true. I did raid with you this past week, Popeye. So, yeah. Yep. So a lot of good stuff there. Let me kick off an incense, and then we will look at the experiences of the week from our Discord.
I'm jumping on Facebook just to make sure I see what all Rocketti sent.
Okay, yeah, you take a look at that while I pull up the Discord, so we can take a look at some of the fun stuff caught there. All right. Oh, we got a comment from. Did you change his name again to Dead to Me, or did he do that?
Who are we talking about? Everybody who's dead to me is just dead to me.
All right. Well, Dead to Me, after a year and a half of a Pokemon Go hiatus, and he's
really dead to me if you wanted to leave and think you're going to come back for a year.
Finally came back to the game and caught himself a Froakie. He's excited for that. Shift works with a shiny Rattata. Pretty awesome stuff there. Canned Beans. I like that nickname, I'm not gonna lie. Got himself, herself, I'm not sure. Got themselves a Glameow, a Spoink, and a Landorus, all shinies. So that is fun there. And I've said it before, but I think Spoink is one of the weirdest. It's unnerving to me, the shiny Spoink, because it's supposed to be a metal pig. Hallowed Robin said they're calling it a day after getting a 100% Tornadus, and pulled up their Fletchling shinies, ended up with 29 Fletchling shinies, so that's pretty awesome. Even though Nolte had to work for most of Community Day, they were able to use the Go Plus for the event, and still ended up getting 22 shinies. 20 were Fletchling, 1 was a Glameow, and 1 was a Goldeen. So that was pretty awesome for Nolte there.
Yeah.
Thompson 309. These are all shinies from their plus. They ended up with 21 shinies during Community Day from their their Go Plus. So that's pretty awesome. Here's the shiny Tornadus that you spoiled from Terry.
Yeah.
And then you showing off yours there as well. US Nate Scout, who is here live, which is awesome. Got a shiny Azurill. Purgit got 100% Growlithe, which is pretty awesome. Growlithe is my favorite Pokemon, so kudos to that. And a shiny Tornadus. US Nate Scout with a 100% Gibble. Terry needs to update his name on Discord because it still says he's level 47, but clearly, according to these experiences of the week, he is now level 48. Team Magma Tyler with a shiny Shadow Aerodactyl. That's pretty sweet because shiny Aerodactyl is purple, and so with the purple ambiance coming off of it, the shadow, that's pretty fun there. Oh, and actually, Barry Folk said the same thing I did, that Terry needs to update his name. Ooh, wow, is that Shadow? No, that's not Shadow because it doesn't have the red eyes. But still, Barry ended up with 100% Mewtwo, which is pretty awesome. And then he says he got his first Shundo, so shiny Hundo, and that's 100% Zapdos, which is pretty awesome as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Hallowed Robin showing off shinies for the past week, ended up with 33. The bulk of those are shiny Fletchlings, of course, from Community Day, but also...
it could easily be the Bibbit of those, and you just got to be all choosing one side, man.
It's true. The bulk or the Bibbit. And so, but there are some other shinies that are not Fletchling, including a Thundurus, Tornadus, Nosepass, and Drowsy, which is pretty awesome stuff. Shiftworks today caught himself a shiny Thundurus. Actually, I did a Thundurus raid today, but I did not catch it. I was very sad. I don't have a Thundurus just yet. Who's this? Popeye, who is also here live. Oh, yeah, Popeye is here live. Sorry. Caught himself a shiny Roggenrola. Pretty cool stuff there.
I think I did that raid with Popeye, but I guess got a regular Roggenrola.
Who was this one? Canned Beans, showing off their shinies from Community Day. Well, from the whole week, but the bulk of it's Community Day. So
I did get a shiny Fletchling.
There you go. So, and then, who was this? This was Canned Beans, ended up with a shiny Talo and a shiny Tornadus, in addition to what appears to be 15 Fletchlings. You can say it. Old Man Tup.
Yeah, all that up. I came for the Joe, but I stayed for the filthy casual. That must be Cheeky's dad. I'm Old Man Tup, and I'm from Nashville.
And then Nolte showing off shinies from after Community Day, so from the past 4 days. Shiny Tornadus, Aaron, or Aron. You done messed up, Aaron.
Yep.
Drowsy, Geodude, that's an Alolan Geodude, 2 Nidoran females, another Drowsy, a Zigzagoon, and a Roselia. Pretty good stuff there.
Nice. I did find Rackety stuff. Some will read some of it here, and some of it's going to play into the discussion. I was just checking on my status in the game, and apparently I finished up a part of a quest of distracted by something shiny, and so I'm going to finish that up here in a second. So Eddie wrote here something about improving rate advice, so of course I'll get to that, but part of the news. Now, this is, I'm going to put this out as experience of the week because this stuff he shared with us, because I'm not sure where it fits into our news, because I didn't look at the headlines that Joe said. But apparently, Meltan, the 3 Candy XL guarantee for legendaries, applies to Meltan too.
Yes.
You should be able to power up to level 50 Meltan in just 2 boxes. And if you plan to complete in regular Master League this season, it'll be an excellent addition. And Eddie posted a few pictures of where he has how many candies is that? 85 XL candies in that picture. Then got the 216 in the next picture. And then that's 35 there. So he said he started with 35 XL and got up to 216. So 181 XL candies with one box and using a pineapple for all my catches. Sometimes I'd get up to 5 XL candies from one catch.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we'll talk about it briefly, but those Meltdown boxes, you may want to consider grabbing them sooner rather than later for the current event. Like I said, we'll tell you why here in just a little bit. Let's get over to the discussion from last week.
I'll need to trade some Pokemon to my game to get some boxes.
Yes, you will. And so the discussion from last week was, how can Niantic improve their push notifications? So last week we talked a lot about how the push notifications are rather ineffective, because by the time you
well, specifically for the raid invite.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, because by the time you get the push notification, you have next to no time to actually get into the raid lobby. And so Barry Folk came in. He said it would be nice if raid notifications were sent on time. Yes, that would be very good. And maybe add another minute if you sent a remote raid invite, so another minute to the lobby. Yeah, I mean those are both very excellent ideas that Niantic should definitely put in. I think personally, one of the things I would love to see is increased time in general for raids, but not just increased time, because that would be annoying if it was just increased time. I would also like a ready button to signify you are ready to start the raid, so that once everyone signifies they're ready, you can start without the timer needing to go down. So extend the raid lobby time, but then make it so that you can also just cut it early. I think that would be an excellent quality of life thing that would be amazing. So,
well, what Rock Eddie says, his contribution is, before we start the raid, we should be able to select who we want to invite. That way, once we start the raid, the invites are sent right away, and they actually have 2 minutes to receive the invite. Or we could do away with the click timer and just let us do the ready up buttons.
Yeah, and maybe even they could make that dynamic. You could say, before you start a lobby, you could say, no, I don't want a timer at all. I want to wait for everyone to click ready.
You could run into issues there with signal, like if somebody's being delayed. I think that's why they have a timer. There's gonna be a better way, but I could see, like, I've talked about it. How I've been invited to a few raids. I go to jump in, and it will say that the group is there, but it won't let me in. Yeah. So it's like move closer, even though it's a remote raid, it says move closer for better interaction or signal or something. And if I'm logged as in, is what my thought process is. If I'm logged as in, but I'm not in, I can't hit the ready up button, then nobody can go. They're all waiting on it. So maybe have a kick button as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The person that starts the lobby is the owner of the lobby, and they can kick people if they don't signify ready in time.
Yes.
So, or maybe
I like whoever said it. I like the idea, and maybe you hybridize some of it, but I do like the idea of a longer timer, right? 2 minutes, but the ability to go, you know what? I'm good with the ability here. Let's go now. And then it goes from, let's say it's got down to 60 seconds. It goes from 60 to 5, 4, 3, and you can do a quick cancel if you want. Cause I'm thinking back in the time before when we'd drive up and do the raids, and all of a sudden you're like 5 seconds out and somebody comes pulling up. Wait. Well, either everybody has to jump out, but you could say, cancel timer or something. I think, basically I think we're all saying put the control in the player's hands. Whoever starts a raid, let them control.
I like Rock Eddie's suggestion here in chat as well, that instead of just the person that starts it having access to the only people that have to say ready are the people that are physically there. that are using the normal raid passes. Everyone else, it's automatically assumed that they're ready. I like that. I like that a lot. Especially since we don't have a chat in-game to communicate. The people who are physically there theoretically could communicate. Granted, there's a bit more distance now because the distance for gyms and for stops is still increased, which I like personally. But yeah, I think that is a great thing, a great suggestion there.
Yeah. You were going to read the thing I think I was about to read. Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it. No, go for it.
US Nate Scout says, I think we should be able to join in after a raid was started, so having a late notification doesn't matter. And you can get penalized the perfect balls or whatever they're called in the end, right? The white ones that you get for
the premier balls?
Premier balls, thank you. I got the pay down. You know, I'm not a favorite college for nothing. I got you. But yeah, I mean, if you jump in late, you get less of the premier balls type of deal, you know.
Incentivizing people to join.
But also, going, you know, I'm with US Nate Scout. I'm like, I don't care. There's some like with Landorus, Tornadus. Landorus is the one I need. So make a record. I think I need all the special forms, the Invictus forms or whatever. But Landorus is the one I need, period. I have a Thundurus and a Tornadus. But I almost didn't catch the Tornadus. I went from 14 or 18 premier balls, and I think I got it with 5 left. But that's okay. I mean, I've had you know, raid bosses run away from me, those kind of things. As long as I get in and try, that's really what I'm looking for. So Jacket K says, I feel a little bad because I know a lot of people like you guys probably get the short end of the stick, because often what I do, because the game only lets you invite 5 at a time, so often I invite 5, have to wait for somebody to join, leave, and re-enter the raid in order to invite the max 10. I know I've screwed out the back 5 a lot because there's only 50 seconds or so by the time I can send it. It's okay. And he's agreeing with me. A good way to balance it out would be the lack of premier balls. My only concern with the US Nate Scout system is taking the challenge away if you can join in whenever. I disagree. I think the challenge is going to be a challenge, and just because you jump in late doesn't mean you beat the thing. You know, I'll be real with everybody. I'm not in it for the challenge. I'm in it to catch them all. So if I could just get in there and throw a few punches and get 5 premier balls to try, but if I had gotten in the beginning, I'd have 18. I mean, that's a challenge. Right, yeah, we beat it. We beat it kind of easily, but are you going to catch it?
Yeah, it's not like the people at Helm's Deep were mad at Gandalf when he showed up late. I mean...
You're such a nerd. Yeah, Rock Eddie's like, you just need to... Raids aren't hard. You just need to know active players. That's the challenge, Eddie. I don't know nobody.
Oh... All right, so spoilers for...
I'll play with Old Man Tup all night.
So spoilers for Seasons of Legends, the second one. But I'm slightly miffed that take a snapshot of a Landorus is one of the requirements.
I can do that.
Yeah, I don't think I have a Landorus. I failed to get in. Yeah, I don't have one. I mean, that's my bad. I should definitely have one at this point. But... that sucks. That shouldn't. I don't like that as a research quest line. I really don't. Although
get around it with a Tornadus or
well, I'm hoping that because we do have the Therian forms coming up. I'm hoping that the Therian form of Landorus, when he comes out, will fulfill that quest line. Either that or I have to find someone local to trade with. But still, I don't really like that as a quest line thing when the quest itself doesn't give you a Landorus as a prerequisite reward. So
yeah.
maybe that's just me. But
no, you're right. You're right. I'm with you, because in the past, when it's been other characters, my mind goes to Eevee. or there's some one. Because we said there are certain ones that it's just like dominoes. As soon as you built the first one, it's like, oh, you won a Magikarp. So the very next quest is take a picture with Magikarp, and you knock those down, and you win. It just was in front of me, so that's what I'm thinking of. You get a Fennekin, and then the very next thing is use Fennekin as your buddy or something like that. And it was as a good progression. It's like, oh, you didn't catch one. Here's something, But that is weird on the legendary. Can you if they're just in a raid? Can you take a snapshot of them?
No, you can't.
Yeah, so you have to have one. So you're stuck. Well, I guess you better stop ignoring old Popeye there. Maybe he'll get you one.
I know, right? Niantic, fix your push notifications. Ugh.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back with 32 topics, I think is what Joseph found tonight.
Not quite.
All right, I'm going to listen to this quick audio while you play that commercial.
All right, the commercial is going.
There's no throne.
Oh, this is
no
it.
Version of this.
Found it, Joe.
We can't protect you.
What is? Oh, I recognize that Tony Stark voice.
Well, it's not the cleanest of them all, but I got it.
There you go. You found your clip. Are you happy now?
Yeah, I'm happier. I still don't have the full actual raw version, but I've got ideas for that for later anyway. Oh man, I was distracted and I let my I started to battle a grunt and then I got distracted and they just took out my first Pokemon without ever throwing a punch. Okay, let me find us a song here. I think I like that one. I haven't heard that one in a hot minute. Let's see this one.
Lindsey Sterling, good stuff. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Oh man, yeah, like you were saying, Lindsey Sterling, she is just magnificent, just phenomenal. Yeah, and in fact, I saw a thing on TikTok with her. It was her TikTok actually, where a fan had ended up wrong buttons. A fan had ended up seeing her on the street, and they had their violin. They whipped it out and started playing some violin or something. She whipped out her TikTok. It's like, oh my god, you're so awesome! She's just a cool person. At least what I'm seeing publicly, she seems to be a really cool person. That is not what we call to talk about. In fact, I'm not even in the show notes apparently, Joe. So why don't you kick off the first headline, and I'll catch up with you here.
All right. So what's going on right now is the Searching for the Legends event. We were just talking about that very briefly a moment ago because we didn't like one of the quest lines that they had for us. If the problem is with that, I'm going to go back to this topic just for a moment. They want you to take a picture of Landorus, but they didn't tell us while Landorus was out that this was part of the quest line. Because Landorus was out a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and this quest line just barely started a couple days ago. It seems weird that how they should have done it is it should be take a picture of Landorus, Tornadus, or Thundurus. They should have allowed it for all three because the event is you can currently get one of them. At least that's my personal opinion. But anyway, so this event is going on.
Right now. You're right. I think you could get one of them.
Yeah. Because you can still get them in raids right now. But this event lasts until Sunday. Let's see. Jacket K says, I get why they don't do it with all three. You have to do a photo of the other two later on. Oh, I see. You're not wrong, Rock Eddie. I definitely should have one. The problem with the first time around is they were around when COVID first started, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure the first time they were around was when COVID first started. And I don't know about everyone else, but around here, raids just vanished when that happened.
Rocket says everyone should have one of each. Have you met me?
And so yeah, the apparently we have to take pictures of all of them later on. I have actually I only have one of them. I tried getting a Thundurus today. I know.
Joe, I'm
working on it. Sure, I guess. I mean it's okay.
I got two.
You have two of the different ones?
I got Thundurus and I got Landorus, yeah.
Okay. I battled Thundurus today and didn't catch it, unfortunately. But yeah, I've got several of the Tornadus from last week. But anyway, so during this event, there's a bunch of field research tasks. You need to catch steel. It's basically steel and rock type are the different types that we need here for the different field research. And that gets me into what I kind of hinted at earlier with the mystery box, specifically the Meltan box. You can use the Meltan box specifically to get the the steel type Pokemon as part of the event, which is awesome. And it'll also help you at the tail end of the event, because the last part of the event, Step 7, spoiler alerts for those that are don't like them. Step 7 requires you to catch 45 steel type Pokemon. So you can use Meltan boxes to help you fulfill that requirement as well. But yeah.
Now here's the thing, though. I don't remember any other way to get a Meltan box other than you have to have Pokemon Let's Go, one of the versions, right? And then it's just you trade a Pokemon and you get a box. You trade it from your Pokemon Go app to the Let's Go Switch game, but you only get one box every 7 days.
Yeah.
Right. So how long is this event going on? I don't remember.
It's going on until the 14th is when the event's going on, but the special research, once you start it, it stays there.
So, but that's what I'm saying. You could get 2 Meltan boxes during this whole time.
Yeah, if you had already gotten one, yeah.
You already got one, yeah.
Well, no, because it's the 9th to the 14th, so not quite 2.
So you can only get one box.
Yes.
Interesting. For the double XL.
And,
I guess you can get enough candies.
They updated it. It's once every 3 days that Rock Eddie said.
Oh, okay. So not once every 7 like it was. Okay.
Yep. And
that makes a lot more sense. That's why yeah.
Yeah, and then Jacket K is saying that they updated the game to be able to transfer directly to Pokemon Home without Let's Go. So you can transfer.
Home.
Yeah, I don't have Home personally. I mean, you can download it; it's fine. But you can transfer directly to Pokemon Home in order to fulfill that request as well, to get the Meltan boxes.
Now to go with that, apparently there's a quality of life update. This is again from Rocketti. Oh, he brought it to us. It's actually done by the 2021 Legends, Lima Peru, and the G2G Media Group. But as of Thursday, March 11th, you can trade Pokemon. You can get 1 Candy XL with trading a Pokemon. The chance of getting one varies based upon the distance apart where they were caught. Walk with your buddy. Pokemon will not have a chance of earning you a Candy XL. And then guaranteed Candy XLs are when capturing legendary, mythical, or evolved Pokemon. So if you have the middle evolution, you get 1. You get the big evolution, you get 2, which we know is unless you go into a raid battle, it's very hard to get that second evolution to show up on the maps. I mean, it does every once in a while, but yeah. Mewtwo is 3 to 6 Mega Candies, and Mew is 3 to 6 Mega Candies as well. XL candies. So that's a graphic there on our Facebook or in our Facebook messages. And then do we have a separate story for the Mega Bonus Hour candy?
I don't think so. Start reading it, and I'll let you know.
Well, so for March, again, Thursday, March 11th, that'd be today from 6 to 7. So an hour ago Eastern time, actually an hour and a half ago Eastern time, it ended. But that's there. You can get 2 extra candies for the Mega Bonus instead of 1 when you catch Pokemon that share a type with your active Mega Evolve. So
that's what
what you're saying.
That's what I was mentioning before. How I should have Mega Evolved a Pidgeot or a Charizard Y during the community day. Yep.
Yeah. So thank you, Eddie, for sharing those graphics with us. Shizzle. Yeah. Let's see. We did the discussion where we were at. Do we do this infographic? Jerry, bust that one down.
Yeah. So the next thing is the Incense Day.
All right. Go for it, Joseph.
All right. So we have a Steel and Psychic themed Incense Day, basically a Beldum Incense Day, coming up on Sunday, and it'll be 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. During that time, again, they're going to rotate between Psychic and Steel type every hour. So it'll start with Psychic at 11 a.m. At 12 p.m. it'll go to Steel, and then Psychic and Steel, and so forth until it ends at 5 p.m. There will be an event-exclusive Pokecoin bundle, one Pokecoin bundle. I don't believe they actually state what's in there, but I would guess that it's going to include incense, since this is an incense-themed event. You can, of course, catch shiny Beldum during the event, and if you evolve your Beldum while you're Metang into a Metagross, it will know Meteor Mash. So this is almost like a community day, except you can only get the special Poke that's more than just Beldum, and you get them through incense. You can find. There's a bunch of different Pokemon they specifically call out that you can get during the event. Natu, Girafarig, Meditite, Baltoy, Muna, and Beldum. And Shieldon. You can get a shiny Shieldon, and then there are some other Steel type. The Steel type Pokemon that you can get are Alolan Diglett, Magnemite, Aron, and Bronzor.
Nice. There's some decent ones. There are definitely some decent ones out there. I like it. I wish they would make it like this grayish flame color, like it looks like a cloud of fire. You know, the Steel type incense color, the Steel type incense color. You know, and then of course to go along with that is an infographic from the Legends of Lima, which we have tagged in our show notes and in the live chat here as well, breaking down everything that Joe just said. It's a great little graphic to keep on your phone, if in case you don't remember the hours.
I like that they color coded the AM versus the PM on the graphic.
Yeah. I wish you would color code your text when you text me. It's like, hey, it's time. And then the next hour, like, hey, man, now it's time again. Now it's time again. Yeah, I can't different colors to do it. All right. So Pokemon Go, we can invite our friends to play. What? I thought this was a solo experience, man, that we never. Why are we? They've been trying to get us to play with people since before launch. So why is this new?
They're incentivizing people to play now. So they are now going to have referral codes, and so whether it's their first time playing or they're returning after a break, the players that are joining the game or rejoining the game. Sorry, Dead to Me, you were already back, so I guess you don't qualify. They'll receive rewards. They'll receive rewards like specific Pokemon encounters, rare candies, incubators, and more. And but not only they will get those, but we will get rewards as well as they hit different milestones when they come back or when they start playing.
So this sounds like an incentive to have us set up additional accounts.
Yeah, Terry, have some of your accounts go inactive for a while so that you can get bonuses on your main account.
I mean, my wife's account might be there, but I'm talking about like, because I've got like most creators, I have multiple emails. So I can be like, hello, almostdailypod@gmail.com. Well, you should play Pokemon Go. I'm like, you know what? I should. And I can set up a whole nother account and then I can make myself. rewards.
Are you going to actually hit the milestones to get the rewards?
You know I'm not. You know I'm not. Joseph.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's weird that they're doing this after 5 years. I guess they didn't really need it at the beginning because everyone and their mother was playing, and their grandmother.
Quite literally, yeah.
And the Korean grandpa with 70 million phones.
Oh, man, I don't understand. Does it? Yeah, it's so cool. So all right, Nolte, let us know how it works out, man. You're my go-to.
Yeah.
Remember Casey in Australia?
Yeah, I do remember Casey.
Poor Casey. The COVID burned him in a fire.
No, I know that this was a few years ago, but I remember when he crashed his car that he had been modifying and tweaking. I was so sad for him.
He was so heartbroken. Yeah, he was not hurt. Just so you know.
No, yeah, he wasn't hurt, but it was very sad because he loved that car. He loved it quite a bit. But yeah, but the reason you're saying this is because, again, Australia is getting this feature before us, just like usual. Yeah, exactly. So,
all right. So Tynamo, which is like the tiniest superhero you're ever going to meet, Mega Manectric and the Therian Forme Thundurus comes roaring in for their first ever electric type themed event. Charge up, and I will say, Therian Forme Thundurus looks like somebody I would not ever want to talk to. Ever. He's scary looking.
That statement can't be right? This can't be the first ever electric themed event, right?
Ask Rocketti or somebody who actually pays attention. I don't know, Joe. I just read the headlines and set you up, man. I don't know. But March 16th, 10 a.m. to March 22nd at 8 p.m. I'm sure the chat will actually answer your question. You're going to get like Alolan Geodude, Voltorb, Electrike, Stunfisk. So I'm really over Stunfisk. I got another one the other day. But you're not special. You've been walked all over by a big bird or something. I don't understand. I don't. But I'll be showing up in the wild. And watch out for Tynamo, which I'm going to guess might just be the trivia today, since I've never heard of Tynamo.
Yeah, just maybe. So Rocketti is saying that he thinks this is the first. Both Rocketti and Jackie K are basically saying that they can't recall any other electric events. But yeah, it feels like, after 5 years, it feels like we've had an event for every different type. But I guess not. Yeah. And then actually Rocketti brings up an interesting point. And I wonder if chat knows the answer to this. During the event, the previous event, the electric and psychic event, it said that if you evolve a Beldum into a Metagross during that event, that it will know Meteor Mash. If you evolve a Shadow Pokemon, will it still know Meteor Mash? Because Shadow Pokemon are supposed to learn Frustration. So,
but are they putting something in the game to get rid of Frustration too?
Well, I mean, you can TM out Frustration during specific events, but other than that, you can't change it. Rocketti said, as long as you remove Frustration during from a Rocket event. Interesting.
So the answer is basically no.
Got it.
You have to remove it, and then if it's removed, then yes.
Yeah, you have to get it all prepped. So Rocketti during the last Rocket event, switched out Frustration, which means now his Shadow Beldum doesn't have Frustration as its secondary move. So when it evolves it, it will learn. Wow, that is a lot of preparation to get that Community Day move. But yeah, that'll be a good one. That would be a good one.
I just took a picture of my buddy. How many pictures of your buddy did you take during the Community Day, Joe?
One. I actually did take one.
But you missed out on 4 other fletchlings you could have gotten. I know you didn't get enough.
Not enough fletchlings. Even though I played for the whole 6 hours, not enough fletchlings. Granted, probably about 5 of those hours was just with incense around my house. I didn't go out to the park until the last hour of the event because I was busy doing other stuff. So, but still,
well, for this electric
the electric event, yes, we are talking about the electric event.
So not only can you find Tynamo out in the wild, 5K eggs will have Pichu, Elekid, Electrike, Shinx, Joltik, and Tynamo, and Stunfisk. You can get for your rewards, you'll get Pokeballs, Ampharos, Mega Energy, Manectric, Mega Energy, and encounters with electric type Pokemon and more. Some time research. Yeah, you got the raids. I'm just going to jump to the big raids. The little ones, I mean, it's all electric types are going to be in all the raids, right? Now, for the first time in 5-star raids, we'll have the Therian Forme Thundurus, and then we'll have the Mega Manectric will be available in Mega raids, as well as Mega Houndoom and a Mob. You know, that's the now is this going forward just for the event? Because it's just the event. Get rid of Houndoom and Obama Snow. We don't need them. We need Manectric because this is the first time Manectric coming out as a Mega, man. Hey, no pun intended.
It's Manectric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Oh, man. But yeah, it is what it is. They'll keep rotating who the Megas are, so even though you don't like them, I'm sure other people do. Yep. Especially Mega Houndoom. Okay, so the bonus, you'll have a higher chance of receiving evolution items when opening gifts during the event period. So if you're craving those evolution items, then this is your chance. Open up all the gifts.
That's a solid bonus right there, I think.
If you say so.
I mean, you and me, we're good, right? I've got tons of evolutionary items. However, Dead to me doesn't, because he's been gone for a year. You know, people do the game. You know,
that's true.
It's they don't throw those around super loose.
All those Australian referrals coming in.
And then, of course, there's an infographic to go with this from Self Road. But moving on to the Great East Japanese Earthquake on the Mario Day, apparently.
Mario Day.
Was there actually an earthquake, or is this something in remembrance?
This, I believe, is something in remembrance.
Kind of scared.
Yeah, same. So they posted this, on Mario Day, so yesterday, and I haven't had a chance to fully look through it. But part of this is talking about rediscovering local businesses as part of the they're trying to do basically something similar to the local business recovery initiative that they did a while back.
Yeah, they're trying to help rebuild the area and get people going back in there.
Yeah. So what they're exactly. These rebuilt areas or areas that need more foot traffic, I guess. So it's weird. I like the effort. The timing is weird because we're still, hopefully on the tail end of COVID, but we're still in COVID. A lot of people in lockdowns. A lot of countries are severely locked down.
Well, I think this is. I mean, I don't think they're trying to get people to fly there or travel, but I think they're trying to say. I'm reading between the lines here, but it does feel like they're trying to say, hey, this area was really damaged by a tsunami and earthquake a while back, and now we're just letting you know there's a lot of great Pokestops and gyms in the area for you to watch. And I'm looking at the pictures that are posted. I mean, there's plenty of green space, social distancing available.
Yeah, and there's some really good comments in our chat as well. Mr. Tambourine said that this is the 10th anniversary of the Fukushima earthquake and tsunami. And then Jacket K says, the timing, like I had mentioned, it may be a little off, but we need to give them some leeway because this is going to be lasting for an entire year. So they're not saying, go there right now. Like I said, hopefully we're at the tail end of COVID and restrictions ease up quite a bit, within the next year. If you have the time, maybe you can visit some of these places.
I mean, I'm sure that Barry Falk needs a big bodyguard to carry his Pokestop watches with him. I'm more than happy to do that for you, sir. this area will help out. One of these days, you'll take me up on that, and I'm going to be a very happy man. So, evidence of a wild shiny Pokemon changing into a different shiny Pokemon after spawns change due to events starting and ending. So, we've kind of had this before. Now, we're not talking about Dittos. We're not talking about shiny Dittos, and I'm not going to play this video because.
Did you? I don't think we've talked about it on the air, but people have claimed, I haven't actually seen a video like on this one, but people have claimed that a shiny Pokemon who when you catch it turns into a Ditto, it's a non-shiny Ditto. That would suck.
Oh, that would kill me.
That would suck so bad.
I don't think that's what we're talking about here.
No. So what this is talking about, and I've watched this video and it's quite interesting, but they click on a Pokemon, in this case it's a Drowsy, and it was a shiny Pokemon. And it's at the tail end of a Spotlight Hour with Drowsy. And so when the Spotlight Hour is over, what happens is all the Drowsies switch to different Pokemon. When an event is over, that's typically what happens, is the featured Pokemon switches to a different Pokemon, but they click on that same Pokemon because it's in the exact same spot after the event ends, and it's a Baltoy, and it's still a shiny Baltoy. So I find that rather interesting because theoretically, you can... Yeah, Jacket K is commenting on the previous statement. Normally, when they release a new shiny, if there's a shiny out, they take that Pokemon out of the Ditto pool. So it does sound like a pretty suspicious claim. But on this one specifically, this new one...
Ditto.
Yeah, this one's not a Ditto. This video is specifically showing an event Pokemon that was shiny, and then when you wait for it to switch up, you can catch a different one that is not... They
reskinned it.
Yeah. Right. Now, my guess... Now, this is specifically a Spotlight Hour, and if I remember correctly, Spotlight Hours don't have increased shiny rates, whereas something like a Community Day does have increased shiny rates. And so I'm guessing that this will not work for Community Day, because that would be completely broken. If you wait at the end of a Community Day to click on, like this last one with the Fletchlings, if you click on a shiny Fletchling, because at the end of a Community Day, usually those Pokemon just disappear. They don't get replaced.
Right. It's not like something just pops up there.
Rock Eddie said he's going to try this next Community Day to try to do that, to switch, to see if it'll switch to a new type of shiny Pokemon. Because that would be a really, really neat trick. Because, if you're participating in the Community Day, you probably already have, quite a few of that shiny. And so, grabbing back that one, finding a shiny and waiting for, towards the end of the Community Day and waiting till it to tick over to see if you can get a different shiny, that would be pretty awesome if it actually works. My guess is it won't, but that would be awesome. And I would have to start doing that basically every Community Day if it actually works.
Now this... Fair, I get you, Joe. I mean, unless you get to a shiny of something else. But this next one, I scanned ahead. It's already putting me to sleep, man. This is for you really want to dive deep in here. But the headline, let me give you the headline, and you can explain why I'm falling asleep here. A look into the recent change of value provided by the Community Day ticket. I'll read the first line. Recently, it's felt like the Community Day ticket was decreasing sharply in value. So that's the $1 extra functioning, get a little extra for the Community Day event we're talking about. So I put together a chart of all the tickets so we can make a fair comparison. And there's a lot of Community Day tickets here to compare to how many encounters and species candies and blah.
Well, basically,
it's not me.
Basically, it breaks it down, all the different items that you get from paying the $1 versus like each time, and it breaks it down how many Pokecoins that's worth. And so this last community day especially took a very, very steep drop in value for the dollar, the item that you get. And a lot of people are not happy with that drop in value for the items that you get.
Of course.
And some of these top comments coming in are very pessimistic, but basically saying, look, it feels like Niantic has been doing this for quite some time, where they keep seeing how much they can get away with decreasing the value and increasing their profits. And so, yeah, we'll see. I hope that the value comes back up. I hope this was just a one-off.
Well, I mean, it's showing a progression. There's a like a TLDR at the bottom.
Yeah.
It shows the original ticket had like 3 incense, 1 Poffin, 1 Rocket Radar. Most recently, it only had 1 Rocket Radar. 3 rare candies went to 2, and big one is the last 2. 13,000 Stardust went to 3,000. That's a huge drop. And the 420 Pokecoin value dropped more than in half to 200. So I mean, it's not anecdotal per se, but it's also not a huge scientific thing. But it just shows you the change from the first one being Abra to the last one being Fletchling, and how much it shifted. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, people, I agree. I mean, I make fun of it, but people, we need to look at it, because otherwise we'll just be like, why does the game feel weird? Like it's not doing anything. It's because it's not doing anything, because nobody's calling out this kind of thing. But quite possibly, this is what gets irritating. Quite possibly, if Niantic gets busted for it, enough community uproar happens, and oh no, we weren't doing that. That was an accident. Here, we're going to change it back. And I mean, I get, as a business, you want to streamline and get as much profit as you can. But to me, this is how I run the company that I run now. There's a balance between treating human beings fairly and, balanced in flow, right? And making a profit. You can do both. It doesn't have to be, you know what, let's just squeeze it down and see if we can't make that $8 billion, $9 billion or something, I don't know how much. They're not making billions in the month. I know they're probably making don't you think, Joe, about $1 billion a year, easy? Because I mean, you're talking about multi-millions a month.
Yeah. I think last year they got about $1 billion. I'd have to double check. Yeah. We covered it. I just know that they're making bank.
They are. And I'm never gonna hate on somebody making more bank, but that's where I think the community is pushing back somewhat. Is going, okay, but you're already making bank. Why did you start here and lower it? Always seems worse if you're lowering things.
Yeah. Well, and then Rock Eddie and Jacket K are having a conversation in chat as well about Niantic overvaluing elite TMs. They know that PvP players especially will want these elite TMs, and they are charging a ton to get the elite TMs through Pokecoins. So
there is a TV show on Apple TV that kind of touches on this, called Mythic Quest. It touches on all kind of tropes in the creating a game world, but there's he played Abed on Community. I can't remember the actor's name.
Oh yeah. I just watched. Cool.
Yeah. He's just as good at it. I mean, he's good at everything he does. He's an amazing actor. But his character is the marketing guy for this game. His whole job is to get more money out of the game for the company. And he plays a good trope of that. Everything's based off of an idea, obviously. And it's fair. It's been a hot minute since I watched it, but I think it's fairly family friendly. Because they really just wanted to tackle gaming and how companies do gaming and the different personality types and whatnot. But yeah, it kind of touches on all this. Anyway, events are getting shorter and shorter. I'm going to argue against this, but we'll get to it. Remember when events used to last 3 weeks? All right, here's where I argue back, Joe. Yeah, that's when you got one event every 3 freaking months, man. Yeah, I do remember when we'd have rock type event. It'd be 3 weeks, but that's when we had 4 rock types and the game was new. Now, how many events are happening in March alone? Come on, man. Come on. I mean, yeah, we talked about it's a little short, it's a little weird, it's a little crunch. They could back off of it, but I mean, when we're doing 40 events in a month, there's only so much you can do.
Some events, I really do feel that they're just doing events to do events to increase their bottom line. To be, I'm being pessimistic, but that's how I feel sometimes. Yeah. And that may not be their goal. Maybe they're just trying to, keep the game fresh and keep people interested. But I don't necessarily want, 3-week-long events either, because, those drag on. But yeah.
Well, now I'm going to get back on. As a user is Neo Kid or Neo KD, and this was posted on the self-thread on Reddit. Now we'll get back on our side. Like, what's the thought process? Now, here's where I agree with them. I acknowledge that there are more activities each event, but there's also overwhelming with events back to back. Absolutely. So, I mean, I think 1 week is a good time for like a Thundurus event or a Landorus event. And we even called it out when we talked about this on previous episodes, saying that, man, that seems really short. And honestly, it's very easy to, I'm reading again. It's very easy to get burnt out trying to keep up and enjoy the game. Lately, I have less enjoyment than trying to catch up time in this game. I've given up. I've given up most of the special researches. The last couple of months, I haven't even gotten close to even finishing. If it's the one that you keep, I'll get to it eventually. But it says timed researches that you have 7 days to get it done. I'm not getting them done because I'm not in the game that much. But going back to my point of March having, I mean, it is literally like 7 or 8 different events happening in March, overlapping and month-long this and this 5 days and that 5 days. I mean, it can even be higher than 10. That's too much, Niantic. We need some breathing room. We need a community day and maybe an electric type event and maybe a month-long theme. And that's about it, man. You really don't need Landorus, Thundurus, this, that, 5, Yeah, right, Joe?
Yep. You, so other than like these community day events or things like that, I completely agree with Jacket K here, where events and raid rotations would last at least a week. These ones that last 4 or 5 days and that's it. I really don't care for that. Just like Landorus. I didn't grab a Landorus. I know that's on me. I really ought to have made more effort, but only having 4 or 5 days to grab that Landorus, real life happens. People have issues, and maybe a week wouldn't have made. Maybe those extra few days wouldn't have made a difference. Maybe they would have, but yeah.
And then we have an APK teardown that we don't really have time to dive into. But Joe, if you want to pick out one thing that really floats your boat in this breakdown.
We really don't have time to, like you said, to break it down. But one thing that is very interesting is they're adding another new lore type, a rainy lore. So we'll have to see how that goes. And then the other thing I wanted just to mention, we'll have to wait and see what this actually looks like in game functionally. But they have a route maker that's being added to the game. So that sounds interesting. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But routes in the main series games, specific Pokemon appeared on specific routes or stretches of the map. And so I wonder if they're going to use that mechanic at all, because they've already got biomes in the game. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see exactly what these routes do in the game. But yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Now, we do have a few speak pipes to play, so I'm going to just jump on with this weird person that's trying to hide their name. Cacket J. I don't know who that is.
Hey, y'all. Jackie K here, and I wanted to take a little time to talk about the Kanto Tour Cup. I know I'm late, but better late than never. Overall, a fantastic event. My only little nitpicks are just the price, but I see how they were trying to go for like a Go Fest level event, and you did at least get your money's worth out of like all the local raid passes if you actually use them all up, along with some of the other little bonuses you got throughout the event. In addition, yeah, I feel like if this was any other region besides Kanto, I would have been even more hyped for it. But they did a good job making Kanto spawns interesting. I kind of just wish I didn't get so many repeat shinies like from Community Days or something like an Ekans, which I already have a few dozen of. But I wanted to make sure I took some time to talk about probably the most underappreciated part about it all, the music. Like, the music just sold this event for me. It was wonderful. They basically took a bunch of songs from the original Red and Blue games and remastered them. You know, they have a little bit of that Pokemon Go flair to them. I think, like, the Pallet Town theme in particular got me tearing up a little when I first heard it. And I think that's all I can really fit into the speak pipe, so take care.
Okay, I threw some music behind him.
I was wondering if that was you or him. I actually didn't listen to the music during the event. Maybe I can find the tracks online or something to listen to.
Yeah, I didn't listen to any of it. This is from Thome.
Hey there. My name's Tom. And I just want to say that Zenzalu?
Oh, yeah, he's a fraud.
Are a fraud.
Yeah, that dude's dead to me. He's a dead to me fraud.
Why'd you think you're all bro?
Yeah, bro.
You've become a fraud now, bro. Again.
Well, I mean, he just came back to the game after a year and a half, so...
Good on you, Tom, for calling him out. All right, and I'm from the UK. That's the tag.
Oh, I'm back from the dead. How are you? How are you, Charles?
I'm good.
I hope you're all right. Oh my God, I can't stop laughing. How are you? Have you been all right recently? Well,
yes,
I've been playing the game quite a lot. I've got a shiny Tornadus. I've actually got 3.
Nice. Nice.
Oh my God. Anyway, Prince Charles.
Oh no.
Why was you left Joe by himself the other week? Why was you off? What happened? I tuned in. I had me biscuits. I had me tea. I was about to dunk me biscuits in me tea. Listen to some Charles. And you were there. You were non-existent.
That's true.
But Joe, you're all right. It was a good show. To be honest, you don't even need Charles. But no, you do. Oh, he's my little friend. Charles, you are the Prince of Wales.
Hey,
the Prince of Wales. I'm gonna go see you.
Barely got into the shiny actor as well there. Oddly enough, fun fact, when my grandmother did, back when you had to do it by hand and call people, she did the ancestry thing. Apparently, my ancestors are from Wales. So, there you go.
Yeah, be careful if you do those DNA kits. You can find all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I found out I'm that beep. You know, that's what. Right.
This is Cheeky Nashville, and I got a question for Joe. What time is it, brother?
It is time for random trivia. And this week I'm going to talk about Tynamo. I mean, that's very surprised. Everyone's so shocked. It evolves into Electric and Electros. Tynamo is the Elefish Pokemon, and its evolutions share that as well.
Stop. This is beyond kindergarten making things up. Oh, fish! Are you serious? What are we doing, Pokemon Company? What are we doing?
It's electric. Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Oh my God.
What's interesting, though, I mean, these are definitely eels. They're fish, right? But they're just electric type. They're not water type as well, which I find interesting. But anyway, Tynamo, its Pokedex entry says that while one alone doesn't have much power, a chain of many Tynamo can be as powerful as lightning. Which is interesting because I bet you that it has... Let's see. Sometimes you can find the move sets on these. I'm not going to look too crazy. But I would assume that it has some... I'm not seeing any moves on this. Oh, well. But I'm assuming that I haven't actually ever trained a Tynamo in-game. So, there's that. So, Tynamo is a Pokemon with very, very few move types. It can only learn normal and electric type moves. And so it really, really, really struggles against ghost and ground type Pokemon because of that.
Are you looking at this picture? It struggles against everything.
Well, yeah. Yeah, the little shocker. And so it's definitely based off of an electric eel. Its name comes from Tyke and Dynamo, because it is a tiny dynamo. And Dynamo actually...
It's Ammonite backwards? Its Dynamo's name is Ammonite backwards without the E at the end.
Yes. Yes, it is.
No, Pokemon Company, you're killing me. This one, they phoned this one in 1,000%. This is almost like a COVID Pokemon. Somebody looked at an office like, oh crap, I gotta make a new Pokemon. I'm the only one here, and it's bringing the kid to work day because they weren't in school. So it's like, all right, little Bobby, what you got for me? I don't know, yellowfish. Done.
Yeah. Jackie K actually has an interesting comment here. Like I said, I've never actually trained one, but its ability in the main series games is an ability called Levitate. And so Levitate makes it so that you don't take any damage from ground type moves. And it being an electric type Pokemon, that is amazing. Amazing for it. But anyway, I agree, they definitely phoned this one in. Its evolved form, Electric. Its Pokedex entry says they you just tilt your head. You just can't take it. Its Pokedex entry says they coil around foes and shock them with electricity generating organs that, not Oregon like Oregon Trail, organs that seem simply to be circular patterns. And its name comes from a combination of eel and electric, if you couldn't get that. Yeah. Electric and all these Pokemon, actually, just like Jackie K was saying, are the only Pokemon with no type weaknesses, thanks to that Levitate ability. That abilities don't exist in Pokemon Go, so we're not going to see that, although maybe they will... hard code it so that they take quarter damage, because that's what they do when people are invulnerable in Pokemon Go, is you take quarter damage. But I doubt it. I doubt they'll do that. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Isn't there a third evolution?
There is, and it's Eel Ektros, and he actually gained some arms in this form. So for the podcast listeners, Charles just took off his headset. He just couldn't take it anymore. This was too much for him.
It is too much. Are you kidding me?
They really hammed this one up. Yep. Its Pokedex entry says they crawl out of the ocean using their arms. They will attack prey on shore and immediately drag it into the ocean.
Please come at me, bro, with the stupid name. Yeah, you're gonna get me because I'm laughing so hard at how dumb you look and your name.
Oh, yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready? Now it's probably actually Electros is how you pronounce it, I would guess, it's because it is a combination of eel, electric, and boss.
Yeah.
I don't think Charles would be too worried about catching any Tynamo during this event.
It's new. I want to get it. I want to get the evolutions, but it's just like they didn't even try, man.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna evolve it, and then he's gonna take a video of transferring every single one of them. And then he's gonna be like, "Who's the boss now?"
Exactly. It just hurts. It hurts to hear it.
So, but yeah, we mentioned that they are the only ones right now that have no type weaknesses. For a long time, that was Sableye until Fairy type came out, because Sableye is Dark Ghost type, and so it had no type weaknesses for a long time until Fairy type came out.
Well, there you go, man. That most of your trivia, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm learning something. That one, I just like, are we done yet? Because this one's killing me. Not you, the actual trivia. But you know what? You got your 2 cents to put in. Hit us show at PokemonGoPodcast.com, like those other awesome people did. And thanks for I'm from the UK. Cheers, mate. I'm good. I think he's my #1 fan in Europe. So, and being my only fan in Europe, that was pretty awesome position to hold. But you can leave your speak pipes over at PokemonGoPodcast.com. Reddit is r/Pokemon Go Podcast. Facebook is Pokemon. You know what? We're Pokemon Go Pod or Pokemon Go Podcast everywhere in the social medias. Here on Twitch TV, we record 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday nights. I forget what happened that night, Joe. I think I know I had to get up at like 3 the next morning, and I had a long day before that or something. I think I was on the truck all
you told me on like Saturday or Sunday that you weren't going to be able to make it, and I was like, okay. And I reached out to a few people to see if I could get someone to come on as a guest, and I probably could have tried harder, but I figured I'd just.
And he's right. You did a great job, but you always need me, Joe. Don't listen to me.
It definitely feels a lot different when it's just yourself, and I was very happy that the chat was here and lively during that. But yeah, it feels very different because you can't just toss it to someone.
Right. We got a good balance. So, like, if Joe happens to be gone, this happened before, right? Joe, you were gone, and I'm like, all right, this is just me doing the funny bits with no information, trivia, or anything else to go with it. I just read the articles and give opinions. So it is different. It's not bad. It just is different. You know what, though? You want more of Just Joseph. Where can they find you on the web?
You can find me on Twitter at Joseph_Ard. And where can they find you?
Rock God of Podcasting everywhere you want to look. Twitter's at Rock God of Pod. I slowly but surely am trying to get more stuff put out there and put words out. But what you got, Joe? What you gonna say?
No, I'm good.
All right, sure. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the only way I'm going to hear what Joe had to say was to tune in next week to hear what Joe says.
Yeah. What was the new nickname you got? I heard you got a new nickname.
All right, I'm out. Bye.